Cap of yesterday, we hit our NBA slip. We went 405. Unfortunately, Bam Adebayo didn't get the 8 rebounds we needed. So it went down to a 405. We still doubled up our money. As for NFL, we had a couple injuries. We had Mark Andrews go down, so the taco did not cash for that. And then Joe Burrow went down, which kind of messed up our slip. But two of the ones didn't hit. But if you took a two-man with Odell Beckham and Gus Edwards, obviously you did cash. But let's get started with Flex Friday today. I have 6 solid picks, all pretty much on fantasy score. So let's get started. First one will be NBA first half. And the reason I'm picking NBA first half on Jalen Suggs is just because his full game fantasy is not up on Price Picks. And right now we're getting value. At 10.5 is PRA. Usually his fantasy should be at 12 or even at 13. But it's at 10.5. So hopefully you guys get to before Price Picks change it. Obviously, he's been cashing 10.5 or over in the past 9 games. Obviously, the one that he didn't have was his last game. But he's going to bounce back from that. To get over 10 fantasy points in the first half should be fairly easy for Jalen Suggs, as he's been doing it the past 9 of the 10 games. So hopefully you guys get this, because I know Price Picks is going to change this. This is going to change to 12, 12.5. So hopefully you guys get it, since it's the same as his PRA at 10.5. Now we're going to head on to his full game fantasy for our next 5 picks. And first one pops up to mind is obviously we're going to take Giannis. I believe he is at 53, I believe, 53.5. I see this getting bumped to 54, 54.5. I think he's going to go off today. Obviously the best player on the Bucks team, so his ceiling is up to 65, close to 70. He should bounce back against that Chicago game at 48.2. So I have him going over. Next up for fantasy score I have is Clint Capella. And as I was doing this video, he's been bumped twice. He's at 24 now. I was able to get him at 23. He was at 23.5, and now it's just at 24. Hopefully you guys get it before it hits 25. I think it's gonna go up to 25. He's been averaging about 25, 26 the past 8 games. He does get a lot of rebounds. He gets about 8 to 12 points. So if he goes anywhere to double digits rebounds, this will be a pretty easy cash. So hopefully you guys get it before it reaches 25. Still take it if it's at 24.5. 24 is good. But remember, this was at 22 early this morning. So it's been bumped about 3 times, 4 times already. Next up for fantasy score, we got taking Scotty Barnes, the guy that's been cashing for the past 2 weeks straight, except one of those. He's at 40.5. He was usually at 41, 42. It should be a good matchup going against the Celtics. Obviously, the one that he did not cash was against the Celtics. He hit 27. I think he's going to bounce back from that. He's probably going to get somewhere in the mid-40s. He'll probably regress a little bit from that Milwaukee game from 50. But he should be somewhere in the 45, 48 range. So I'm taking Barnes over. Next up for fantasy score is Porter Jr. He is at 31.5. Usually his line is at 32 to 33. But 32.5 is pretty good value. Last game he did not hit at 20, but I have a feeling he's going to bounce back against the Pelicans. He had a 36 against the Pelicans a couple weeks back. But he's usually in the 33, 35 range. So I'll be taking the over on that. You can also look into Jokic also. His fantasy, I believe, is at 64. He has a ceiling of 70, 75. I'm going to take Porter instead. And my last one will be Sabonis. And for him, you can take his first half fantasy as well. But I'm going to be taking his full game fantasy at 47. I think he had what, 42, 41, and just his first half alone in his last game. So you can see his full game, he hit a 66.7. He's going to regress from that, but I think he's still going to go well over 47. He's been getting better and better every game. He's going against the Spurs, so it kind of favors the Sacramento Kings. I think DeMontis is going to have a lot of rebounds. Probably go have a triple-double, to be honest with you. So I think that's what I'm taking his fantasy score. And I'll be taking the more on that. If Jalen Suggs full game fantasy does pop up, you can pick either or. I like his first half just for the fact that PrizePicks has him knowing that discrepancy at 10.5 with the same as his PRA. So hopefully you guys get this. This is a pretty big one right here. So those are the 6 I'll be going. So you guys can mix and match, pick your favorite. Remember, it's Flex Friday. It's a free roll. So you got nothing to lose. This is the only time I recommend a 6-man. So you got Jalen Suggs over first half fantasy, Giannis, Clint, Capella, Scotty Barnes, Michael Porter Jr., and Domantas Sabonis all over fantasy score. So good luck, mix and match. Hopefully you guys have a good weekend. Hopefully we do cash this slip. Please like, subscribe, and comment. We're on the road to 8,000 subs. I appreciate the comments, good or bad. Hopefully you guys do have a good weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next one.